Hello everyone. So, welcome to the last and final day of the 5-day decluttering challenge. I want to congratulate you all for sticking with me until the end. I hope so far you've been enjoying the challenge. I hope that my promise is delivering and that you are seeing less clutter in your home. Let's quickly recap the last 5 days. Day 1, we started with tackling something that tends to be super simple. We tackled our underwear and sock drawer. Day 2, we took it up another level and we tackled our beauty products. Day 3, we tackled the dreaded junk drawer. Yesterday, we eliminated paper clutter. So how are you feeling? Drop a comment. Has this been good? Are you eliminating clutter? Are you no longer feeling incredibly overwhelmed? Are you building up that motivation and momentum beyond the challenge to continue to declutter and organize your home? Now, before I get into the 5th and final challenge, I want to leave you with a couple of tips. Clutter-free is subjective. A lot of times when I'm working with women or I'm working with families, they have an unrealistic expectation of what clutter-free means to them. So we go on Instagram and we go on TikTok and we go on Pinterest and we see posts of these beautiful, perfectly neat homes, and that is what we desire. Meanwhile, we have a partner, we have 3 kids, we have a dog, a cat, a pet pig, some chickens. We have all of these different things. Well, the reality is, as much as we admire those photographs and those videos, but that is not clutter-free reality for us. The next thing, keeping it real, anybody who's painting the picture that decluttering will happen overnight, that's just not true. Decluttering, depending on how much clutter you have in your space, and some of you have mentioned that you have junk rooms, right? And you have a lot of clutter in certain areas of your space. Decluttering, achieving that clean and clutter-free space is not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a week. It might not happen in 3 months. That decluttering will take time. Give yourself grace, right? Celebrate your small wins, but it is a process. Continue to remove the easiest items first. The next thing, and this is something we've been doing for the last 5 days, is to start small. So I urge you to continue to work small sections. I know we're motivated, I know we're excited, and maybe you've always wanted to declutter your kitchen. That's a big undertaking. So maybe instead of being like, I'm going to declutter the entire kitchen, maybe just be like, I'm going to declutter this drawer, or I'm going to declutter this shelf in the cabinet, or I'm going to declutter, a few shelves of my pantry. Keep it bite-sized. The other thing, just really quickly, I wanted to mention, get rid of large, bulky items. So if you have large pieces of furniture, like if you have a coffee table that you no longer need, if you have ottomans, if you have chairs, if you have all of these big, bulky pieces of furniture sitting in your living room or in your dining room, you might want to declutter those first. Then you can hold a garage sale, you could just sell them. Eliminating big, bulky items will naturally make your space appear less cluttered. The next tip is to work on eliminating surface clutter. So, we talked about that yesterday when we did the paper challenge. Surface clutter, I'm going to say it again, surface clutter makes our homes appear more cluttered than they are. The next thing is keep it short. There is a reason to my madness and why, I encourage you guys to only declutter in 15-minute increments. It's because for a lot of us, decluttering is not fun. It's tedious. And if you know that you are going to be decluttering for an hour, for 2 hours, chances are you're gonna procrastinate and you're not gonna do it. So try to work in short increments. It's better to work in 15-20 minute increments than it is to pencil decluttering in for an hour. The next thing, which ties into the previous thing I said, is don't force it. A lot of times we build momentum. We're like, yes, we're going to declutter. We're going to declutter the entire home. Maybe you go atomic, right? And you just start getting rid of the stuff. Eventually that momentum, that hype, that drive that you got going, right? That excitement, it starts to kind of wind down and die out. So you're going to have days where you just don't want to declutter. So if there is a day or multiple days where you just don't feel like decluttering, don't do it. Give yourself permission to not declutter on a day when you just don't feel like it. There's always tomorrow. You want to create clutter-free habits. Because the last thing, I'm guessing, but the last thing you guys want to do is to invest months into decluttering and then not have daily clutter-free habits and have your home become cluttered again 6 months later, a year later, and have to go through the entire process all over again. So it is incredibly important, yes, to declutter, to clean, to organize, but it is more important for you to then ensure that you maintain it. Those are just some takeaways that I want you kind of just walk away from this 5-day challenge with. Let's get to the last and final day 5 decluttering challenge. So today, the challenge is, I call it the 15-minute participant's choice. So I have spent the last 4 days telling you all lovely ladies what you should declutter. I hope by now you kind of got a sense and a taste of what decluttering feels like, what's hard for you, what's easy for you, what's overwhelming, what isn't. So in our last and final decluttering challenge, I want you to put 15 minutes on the clock, and I want you to decide for you, for your family, for your home, what you should declutter today. You can choose an area with visible clutter. You can choose a portion of a high traffic area. You can choose an area that makes your eye twitch. Like for me, it's always the bathroom. I don't know why. My bathroom always makes, like I need to have my bathroom like perfectly clean. I don't know. Self-select an area, or rather a section of an area in your home that you want to see clutter-free. How are you going to do it? You're going to take out all the items. You're going to go through each item one by one, just like we've been doing the last 4 days. You're going to ask yourself, do I need it? Do I use it? Will I use it? You know, does it benefit me in my home? Does it make me happy? Does it give me joy, like Marie Kondo would say, right? And you're going to decide whether you should keep the item, throw it out, donate it, or sell it. So that is the challenge for today. Thank you so much, everybody. Good luck with today's challenge.